Hello and happy weekend. I'm back to talk about a topic that has been coming up in sessions over the last week. Last week, I talked about how food is used as a way to express the emotion. And so we talked about how all these emotions get wrapped up in this tangled web of like a big rubber band ball, and why it's so important to start to pick apart that rubber band of emotion so that food can start to lose its really heightened charge and become more neutralized. And today I want to talk to you about a topic that has come up around self-sabotage. And self-sabotage is really a bit of a misnomer, because the last thing that our bodies and nervous systems want to do is sabotage ourselves, right? Our body's main goal is to keep us safe. So when you hear the word self-sabotage, we're basically talking about behaviors that go against the self, go against our values or our goals. And so what these behaviors are not actually self-sabotage. They're attempts at self-preservation. So in other words, they're a coping mechanism. They're a survival strategy that chances are we learned them way back when we had an earlier experience where that behavior was learned or adopted. And so it's really important to understand that what appears to be self-sabotage is actually an attempt at keeping you safe. Obviously, this is a big topic that has a lot of depth and nuance to it, but I wanted to share with you some of the common traits that influence self-sabotage. What are the likelihood of these behaviors occurring? And they are if one has low self-esteem or a shaky self-concept, a shaky sense of self, self-identity, a lot of internalized beliefs, and these internalized beliefs usually are really general or extreme. So they often have the words always or never, like nothing good ever happens to me, I don't deserve this, everyone thinks I'm stupid, nobody cares anyway, or one that I hear a lot of the times is when something good happens, something bad happens with it. So anytime you have these deep-rooted internalized beliefs, chances are there's a coping mechanism to help deal with that discomfort. Again, I can get really granular about examples, but some kind of overarching themes that show up in session are that appear to be self-sabotage are procrastination, perfectionism, substance use or self-medication, and this could be the use of drugs, alcohol, food, or exercise, and people-pleasing or an inability to say no. Usually there are behaviors that are kind of go along in each of those categories where self-sabotaging can appear. And the brain likes the familiar. The more we run a neural circuit in our brain, the stronger the circuit becomes. And so until we find a newer, healthier way of thinking and reacting and responding and practice it over and over and over again, we're just going to revert to our old ways of doing things because they're familiar, they're known, they're predictable, even if they have the outcome that we don't want. There is safety in that predictability, there's safety in that sense of control, and there is safety in that instinctual adaptive response. So anyway, if you have any more questions about self-sabotage or are interested in working together with me, you're welcome to go on my website and schedule a discovery call where we can chat and see if working together will be something that works for you. So thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you next week.